and we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young,
coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not gonna give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm CA. I'm going to be your host and caster for this game, joined by Aggressive on the mic, and we're here to show you your first taste of the lower bracket action in this tournament. It's going to be Reckoning Esports versus Biryani Power.
BIRYANI Power coming in huge after that velocity gain, and now facing off against Reckoning Esports. These two teams are going to be absolute juggernauts facing off, but this is where their life is on the line. The last series, the last chance to get a huge paycheck, go up to the finals and try and beat the big dogs. Let's see who's going to be coming out on top in this engagement, but still, let's just talk about the fact that BIRYANI Power made it this far. They probably have the best name out of anyone else in this entire tournament.
Yeah, Biryani Power, they've shown us exactly what they're capable of in their match against Velocity, going up toe to toe against the very best. But where they did fall short was in terms of being able to have the extra bit of versatility when Velocity was able to read into their plays. So today I'm going to keep an eye on that, see if they have those extra plays in their playbook, see if they've really just sort of prepared for this matchup. Because as you said, Aggressive, this is both of their teams fighting for their lives in the tournament. Now, for Reckoning Esports, Reckoning certainly not happy about being in the lower bracket already. For them, it's all about trying to make their way back because this is a team that was made to be a part of the very best to try and break into that top 5 stage. And this team, they're not going to be happy about their loss in the upper bracket. Going into this map on Haven, I'm expecting a jet to come out for Ion, and that jet is going to be one to keep your eye on because if Ion pops off, he can single handedly take over a match. I mean, at this point, for Biryani Power and Reckoning Esports, with both of their teams with their lives on the line, I know the matchup will be really interesting, and I'm just excited to see how it unfolds. Because Reckoning, they made a couple of changes with Clouda coming into their lineup, and Trist being the relatively new person, and with that, it's been a slightly different look to Reckoning than we expect. They've been more on the basis of trying to find the individual plays, less of that synergy we expect from them. And that really is what was missing in the last time we saw them. I hope they're able to fix that this time though, and are able to find the synergy that they need to beat a team like Biryani Power. Now, Biryani Power, it was all about that teamwork for them. The way they worked together was absolutely clutch, but where they did fall short was that individual firepower. So we'll have to see if they can find the individual firepower to really step up in this matchup. Now, it's gonna be Reckoning Esports on the attack, Biryani Power on the defense. And talking about the compositions, you see Biryani Power, a composition that we've seen now one too many times in the tournament, a composition without any flashes as such, just the race for Dub Mania, and that's going to be something that is missing for them, the lack of that vision impairment to try and enter sites. But given the fact that they are starting on defense, it should give them the opportunity to try and take a big lead. Even though Haven is the attacker sided map, the race can be used much better on defense, I feel, than attack. So if Biryani Power able to do well on defense, it would give them that extra bit of breathing room on attack. Now, Reckoning is the exact opposite for them. Their attacking side is where they are favored the more. This is very standard team composition, something that we've seen teams like Velocity pull up all the way from Series 1. So for Reckoning, it's all about using this composition to try and get as much of a lead as they can in the first half, and then looking for the push on the basis of that. You see a small technical issue come out. Brad was disconnected, but he will make his way back now. Remember, guys, this is just the starting of the lower bracket. The action just gonna get more and more intense as we go progress through the different stages. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, call all your friends even to watch this spectacular match, and grab some snacks for yourself because I'm sure it's gonna be hella entertaining. Biryani Power versus Reckoning Esports. Now Reckoning, you can see the way they're positioned, they're just going to look for picks very likely and then go for the plays. I see though for Biryani Power, already off angles adopted the Omen in a very interesting off angle using the Shadow Step to reposition himself. Now Clouda, he's gonna prepare the smokes, go for that garage window smoke, and then back off. But Dubmania, he's ready with his own utility, throws out the boom bot, looking to just stop anyone to push into that garage. And with the help of the recon drone, he'll be able to decide that nobody actually able to get in. Now with the shots through the smoke, Dubmania able to pick up that kill onto Ayan. But Razor, he's already made his way into Seaside, pushing in from garage, and that's Reckoning looking for the site for themselves. Dubmania though, he picks up another, and Dubmania going absolutely maniac mode here. But Clouda coming in huge on the other side, will be able to clean up 2 kills for his team and make it even on the map for both of the teams. Now Biryani Power, they're a bit lower, and Reckoning, they're looking to take advantage of that. Razor with the first kill to start this off, and now Beyond looking for more. Beyond, he finds it really clean headshots, and now it's 2v2 on the map. Panzer, he's really low though, so they have to try to play this really slow, but at the same time, they don't have the time, so they need to go for the retake as soon as possible. Reckoning choosing to play on site for this retake, working out for them as Rio finds 1 kill. Now Beyond, he's just gonna smoke and go for the defuse, but the ninja defuse will not work out. It's Reckoning with the pistol round win, and a really nicely executed side push coming out. You see the way Biryani Power approach this. For them, the retake is going to be very hard because of the fact that they don't really have that vision impairment. So they really just have to try and prevent Reckoning from being able to take the site without much loss in the first place. They did well in this round, picking up that first kill, Dubmania through the smoke onto Ayan. But the fact that Razor still got through Garage really did end up costing them, because Razor getting into C-site meant that his team able to follow up, get site control, and Reckoning able to pick up the round 1 win. Now you can see the rest of Reckoning gonna go for the buys, while for Biryani Power it's gonna be the eco, and it's gonna be a fast round with both of the teams out there looking for blood. So far 2 for 3 traded, 3 in the favor of Reckoning. But Biryani Power, they will be content with this. If they can just go and find 1 more kill, it would be humongous. But Brad, he's not gonna look in the right direction, and Clouda gonna catch him out. The pistol's not able to take Clouda down fast enough, even though he's caught unaware, pulls out his Spectre and gets the kill. That's 2-0 for Reckoning Esports. Going into this next round, it's going to be the buy round for Biryani Power, and we'll have to see if they can make it work. 4-0 for Clouda already. I think Clouda was one of the players who started stepping up towards the end of the series against Tryouts. So I'm glad to see that he's carrying over that form and is now able to settle into the team really well. 2 for Dubmania. For Biryani Power, this is the round where they can look to make a difference. This is the round where they can look to make a mark, and we'll see if they're able to get something done.
Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty coming out, but we are back nonetheless. I really couldn't just wait to see this match, so I'm gonna be coming here on all stops. But here we have, ladies and gentlemen, Biryani Power down 2 rounds, but still, this is of course the gun round. Yes, CA stated before. So the tides can turn in literally any point, but still, looking at the compositions, we of course see Biryani Power opting to go for the no flash. I did not really notice this as it just came on, but still. See, what do you think of this no flash composition? Because I told you my opinion. So what is yours?
As I was saying, right, for Biryani Power, having that raised, it will suit them a bit more in defense than in attack, but you're not really dependent on the proactive usage of that flash. So they have to try and make this defense side work, and the best way to do that is starting with this buy round. Going into attack, if they have a deficit, is going to become much harder for them, because Reckoning, they would have multiple options in that case, either just playing to hold on to the side, or Reckoning even on their own defense being able to play for retakes with the help of that flash. Biryani Power, they have to make sure that they're able to hold on to their side, because retakes will be extremely difficult with a no flash composition.
That is of course one thing, and there is one other factor you need to consider. Panzer though getting a really good headshot, threading that needle onto INQ, being able to take out the entry fragger. But still, the spike is just about to go down, and Reckoning Esports, they do have side control in their favor. But Panzer, he's in a really good situation. Razor He gets taken out by
Really?
Brad, who was trying to go in for the lurk, and this is going to be an advantage for the side of the defense. Beyond gets one on the Triss, and he's entering down into the side. Panzer is holding down from the heaven angle. The Paranoia does not connect just yet, and Beyond's going to be able to live for just a little while longer, but Rio, he has his own vengeance. He's able to hit the shots that he needs to, but halfway the fuse is already done, but Rio, he's hitting all of the shots in the entire world, but he needs to hit a lot more because with a halfway defuse, he's going to be in one of those situations. It's going to be a bit too sticky. Panzer goes in for the wide swing, and he's able to clean up that kill. A beautiful round coming out from the side of the defenders. As BIRYANI Power, as I stated before, when it comes to the retake scenarios, they're going to be really strong and real potent.
Yeah, BIRYANI Power, they're able to make sure that they push into the cipher. For me, Panzer's headshot towards that start onto that Suez angle was absolutely huge because for Reckoning, even though they're able to get the spike planted, they're not given the time to be able to get into their perfect cross spawn positions because of how fast BIRYANI Power on the rotate, able to make sure they're able to get the retake through before Reckoning Esports get into their ideal positions, meaning BIRYANI Power have that favorable position, the favorable situation, able to pick up the buy round. Now Reckoning, they didn't invest much into the last round, so they do have the money to be able to go for the buys in this round. So this round going to be really important for them in terms of their own eco and basically their own buy round. We will see a couple of light shields come out though, and I'm hoping BIRYANI Power will be able to exploit that extra tankiness that they have on their side. Now you can see Reckoning. All of them move towards A side. They're going to use the running back from Razor to push into this side. The Trapper is going to feel his position and he's going to be able to take him down. Panzer holding that A long angle will find the kill onto Clouder, and now he knows where all of Reckoning is. He's going to force Reckoning back and be able to take them down. Panzer with the strong A side defense coming up huge for BIRYANI Power.
Cage triggered.
Ooh, Brad is going to be able to find a NQ straight through the smoke, and this is going to hurt any of the chances that Reckoning had initially with all of the painters, all of the hot hands also coming out. But Razor, he has a beautiful flank on his side. He's able to take out Beyond as well. This is just going to leave Triss in a very, very favorable position. But Maximus, he has his headshot aim trained, and he's going to be calling up Triss and sending him home right there in that situation. As BIRYANI Power, they had such a beautiful take on their side, but Razor with that flank, he's able to shut down so much. And Triss, he was not able to clutch it out. He didn't know exactly where Maximus was. Thought that he was on the heaven side, but instead was at the very bottom. He does get caught off guard, and a beautiful round nonetheless coming out from the side of both teams. But still, Reckoning, with that amazing flank, they were able to shut everything down.
Yeah, Reckoning able to push into this side, able to try and get something done despite Panzer's heroics, but it's Maximus for BIRYANI Power able to close out the round, and Panzer playing it really, really well through on the basis of his trapwires and cages to get that extra lead for BIRYANI Power. This duo coming up huge for BIRYANI Power, and Maximus picking up where he left off. Finds that kill through the smoke onto Ayan. A clean one tap with the Vandal. Panzer follows up with another. Once again, this Cypher Omen dynamic duo setting it up for BIRYANI Power.
They're holding down all of their angles, and they're holding down the fort. Maximus is just about to go down as Razor. He has his trusty Sheriff to do so. He's going to be tapping on away, uses the flame walls to see if he can get a bit more ground for his entire team as the Sunset Execute is going to be coming through. But Mania, he's going to be able to really take out Cloud. His strike plan has not yet gone down, and he's able to take out Razor. He goes in for the spray, and he's going to be able to find that last kill out, and it's going to be Brad to clean it up. Rio, he's going to be able to get that kill, but still a really good round indeed coming out from the side of BIRYANI Power, able to shut down that eco. And of course, at the top of it all, it's going to be Maximus. This Omen is absolutely clutch in no matter what scenario he goes into. He's able to hold down the fort and make sure his team is able to go in for the rotations, and he's at the bare minimum taking down 2 members before he goes down. Having a player like this in your team is just going to be an absolute asset to behold.
Maximus making sure that he's able to utilize his game sense to the max, getting those kills coming up huge for BIRYANI Power. But now Reckoning trying to push back and get that even scoreline. We'll have to see what they can do. It was their eco round last round. That means they've got the buys for themselves here. And now you can see BIRYANI Power just holding on to their sides. The way Panzer played the last few rounds, very different from the way he's playing this round. He was going for the aggressive peaks earlier, but now understanding that he might get predictable with those, able to push back and just hold it defensively through the heaven angle. Once again, the running back coming out for Razor. Beautiful recycling of that ultimate cooldown by Razor to get the site for his team. And now Ayan with that operator he loves so much, going for the place.
Yes.
But beyond, what a double updraft blade storm, gets that return kill for his team and sets up a really nice 4v4 retake situation for Biryani Power. It's going to be very difficult for Reckoning to hold on, but they do have the operator in the hand, and that operator going to come up huge. Ayan will take down his clone, barely misses the second shot, but now again taking down Dubmania with the showstopper, finds one, almost found the second though. That second kill
Last player standing.
Now you can see Reckoning Esports having won this round really well. They're going to be going on to that even scoreline, and given the fact that they had some time before the round ended, they should be able to pick up the operator for themselves for the next round, leaving Biryani Power in a situation where they have to go for that eco or go for the force buys with a couple of light shields. Either ways, the situation definitely more suited to Reckoning Esports, and it is their chance to now take the lead for themselves. I'm hoping that Beyond able to pick up his own operator to counter Ayan's, and you can see that happening. But this is a glass cannon operator, no shields. If he's not able to hit his shots, he will get punished for it. But Reckoning, all of Reckoning going towards this C site, Beyond waiting towards that A. He's only gonna have the Cypher and Triss in front of him, and Triss not gonna peek whatsoever, just playing very safe, watching the movie on his camera. Now you can see Reckoning made a bit of noise towards the C site, but now starting to rotate back towards the A, looking to take mid control and maintaining their position in C to be able to ensure that no aggressive push come out, no flanks come out against their team. You can see for Reckoning here, now that they're starting to push in towards Garage, it'll be Razor going for the peak against Dubmania. If he goes for a flash into a peak here, he would be able to surprise Dubmania altogether. And Dubmania likely realizing this, starting to step back a little. Calls in the backup, but Razor will not flash. It is very important you flash that angle before you peak. Razor not doing so will just end up going down.
And another factor is that you should always molly the left-hand side corner. The thing that a lot of people don't know about Felix's molly is that it can actually go through
30
walls and
seconds
actually
left.
affect people on the other side. If Razor actually went in for the molly instead, he would have been able to flush Razor out of his corner, then force him into an open angle as he was going to be flashing in. That would have given him the best chance to win that fight, but it seems as though Dubmania is going to be coming out on top, but it's only 30 seconds left on the clock. They play it a bit too slow. They have to go for such a fast take, and here's where Brad, he's going to be one of those people who's going to be winning out in that situation. He does. He has Clouder running up behind him, and the defense, they're going to have all the information in the world. Panzer sitting down from the heaven angle is able to find one more as well. Knows for a fact that two members are just going to be chilling out in the back end.
Last player standing.
He's going to try and do what he can, but Panzer, he's way too quick. He's way too good. Living Triss. It's such a bad scenario. Triss finds one headshot, but he cannot get the second. You can kill one person as good as you are, but killing the second is going to be really difficult indeed. As a retake situation, it's just way too good for the side of Biryani Power, it seems, when it comes to this A side.
Yeah, Biryani Power, I think for me, the pace at which they're getting to the site once the spike is planted is absolutely huge. They're not allowing the time for Reckoning to be able to get into good post-plant positions. Even in this round, you can see both of Reckoning Esports and Trist and Ayan post in that hell angle, not actually able to spread themselves out, not able to set up some sort of crossfire, meaning that end up getting caught out by the multi-man peaks that Biryani Power go for, and Biryani Power pick up that round. It was especially important they do that because they did go for the risky operator buy with the glass cannon build. Winning that round gives them a chance to now stabilize that eco, get the shields for themselves, and look to this next round to get that eco lead. Now you can see Biryani Power, Beyond, he went for the aggressive garage off shot. He's just gonna back off, leave Dubmania in his favored offensive position in that garage. Now rotating towards mid is beyond with the first kill, but Ayan with the Blaze Storm going in, he'll find another. This feels like they were deja vu. We've been in an exact position where Reckoning, they go for that fast B-side take with the help of the Blaze Storm, and Ayan able to turn it around. Will not be able to land them, though the right click does not work out. Instead,
player
Brad and
standing.
Massimus picking up a kill, and Massimus with the triple. That's 5 rounds for BIRYANI Power.
Massimus. We are saying this name over and over again when it comes to a lot of these rounds, but you have to give this man the credit. He is showing up so much during this entire match, and BIRYANI Power, they're riding on the momentum that he's bringing down to the table. Maximus and Panzer, the controller and the Sentinel, topping the scoreboards at a 9 and 5 and an 8 and 6. They're absolutely incredible, and they're absolutely clutch at what they're doing. The two duelists are at the very bottom. Yes, it's very difficult to get a lot of value in a lot of these situations as you are the first lines of defense, but knowing that your anchors are just this strong and this potent does have to give you that vote of confidence if you're on the side of BIRYANI Power.
Yeah, able to rely on those cornerstones. It gives you this extra bit of comfort when weighting it down, and BIRYANI Power able to do just that. Panzer and Maximus holding down opposite sides of the map, making sure that there is no free entry for Reckoning Esports. Now Reckoning, the last round was their eco, so they need to make it back this round. As I said at the starting of the match, this defensive half really important for both of the teams, because BIRYANI Power, they want to be able to get the lead in their own defensive half, but Reckoning, given the fact that Haven an attacking sided map, given the fact that they have that flash to themselves, they nearly need to try and take the lead for themselves in this first half. Both of the teams right now at a standstill, with Reckoning slowly but surely inching towards this A-long area, starting to take control point by point and holding down the angles, making sure that they're not getting caught out by BIRYANI Power's push. Now BIRYANI Power, they're just holding down the side lines beyond with the operator. He finds one, Panzer with another. The Omen ultimate does come out, does go through all the way.
I know exactly where
Trist and Razor able to find one. Clouder with the really aggressive, really risky Omen ultimate paying off for Reckoning.
30 seconds left.
He's one of those absolute mad lads going in for that play, but you have to give props to Beyond. He actually nearly got a second kill as well with that classic by trying to be the cage criminal that we saw Batman be yesterday. He's gonna be going in for the piece, so definitely he does spot out one on the back angle of that corner. He's able to use the satchel packs to perfection to get those double kills out. But it's gonna be Trist going up into this 1v2. Trist, he does find Dubmania, tries to run away straight through the smoke, and Maximus put up for him in that situation. But Maximus, he knows exactly where he is. His spider senses were tingling, and he was able to get that kill off as well through a well thought out spray straight through the smoke. And a beautiful round indeed coming out from the side of BIRYANI Power. And it seems as though Reckoning, they need to stop going down on this A side, because they have not won a single round when it comes to these A side executes.
Yeah, we've talked about how the A, B, and C in increasing order in terms of the easiness of retake. A, the easiest side to retake for any defensive team. B, that much harder, and C, one of the hardest. It's all because of the fact that A has so many sight lines to be able to hold, and so difficult to be able to find your post-plant positions after the plant. Reckoning, they're able to enter the site and get the plants, but when they are trying to hold against the retake, that's when they're getting caught out repeatedly. BIRYANI Power now having reached the 6 scoreline mark. If they're able to pick up 2 more rounds, get it to an 8, it would be absolutely huge for them in their first half. And Beyond, he's doing the perfect start for BIRYANI in this
Spike
round.
planted.
Getting that first kill with the operator and dashing out in time to save himself. Just 10 HP to his name. Doesn't need much HP though. He has that one shot, one kill gun, and he just needs to land that one more shot. The Maximus and Trist each finding a trade for their team, meaning it's up to Dubmania. Dubmania, he finds one, but Trist and Rio
One
able to return
enemy
back.
remaining.
Now 2v2 eco round for Reckoning. Reckoning almost fighting back here.
One enemy
And he
remaining.
got caught with his pants down in that kind of situation, but Maximus, he did not go for the push just yet. It's gonna be Brad in this 1 versus 1 situation, but it's not gonna be enough as Rio, he's gonna be able to get that kill. Knows exactly where Brad was in that situation, being able to take out his clone. And these kind of a post-plant situation when it comes to the B side is just so incredibly strong that the defenders can easily defend this side, and Rio, being the Sova that he actually is, has his shock darts, has his recon bolts to get all the information in the world. And the B side is, as you stated before, is one of the hardest to defend compared to C and A because of how open it is, how easy the post plant is to hold in comparison to all of their maps.
Yeah, and Reckoning here, making it work though with her eco, making sure that they're able to spread themselves out. I particularly liked Rio's positioning in that round, getting through that mid area and then using the recon bolt to get himself the info through that post plant. Rio playing really well and now carrying over that fog into this next round. Gets that kill, but Beyond and Fans is pushing in. Beyond hearing that Sober drone audio cue, pushing in to take down Rio, but Clouda right there to answer back, meaning it's 2v2 on the map now. The spike is dropped and both teams are spread out themselves. So we have to Clouda to hold on, but he's not going to be able to do so because Maximus is able to pick up a kill. This might just be a thrifty round for BIRYANI Power here. Ayan all on his lonesome with the operator. It's going to be a very difficult ask for him to go get the spike and pull through. He needs to find a way to switch his gun and then go for that 1v2. But with just 40 seconds left, he's not going to have much time. And that camera by BIRYANI Power in Panzer will spot him out. Ayan now in an extremely sticky situation. His position is known and he doesn't have the time to be able to find the separate 1v2s.
Answer, he does have a really cheeky off angle as well as he's sitting down on the railing of the window. He's able to do all that he can, but this was such a beautiful round coming out from the side of BIRYANI Power. Them being able to sneak into window itself and then getting that opening frag onto the Sova, then getting a second one onto Razor, just solidified their lead in these kind of scenarios. And Panzer, this guy is absolutely insane. Do you see how many off angle that he is playing? There is no way the defenders will be anywhere ready to try and go up against him.
Yeah, Panzer utilizing his game sense really well, understanding the patterns of Reckoning and using that pattern to get himself into angles that he thinks will exploit them the most. Panzer doing extremely well, and so is Maximus. Maximus once again in that C-long angle, does not lose any duels. This guy finds yet another first blood for BIRYANI Power, and now BIRYANI Power is 7-4, pushing through really hard. The Hunter's Fury will come out for BIRYANI Power here, and the double tag there, able to find a lot of damage, but not kills just yet. Dubmania though is able to pick up the kill onto Razor, who was using his running back, and that's Dubmania now holding this off angle, pulls out his gun on time to get the kill. BIRYANI Power 5 versus 1 now, looking for their 8th round in this first half.
It seems as though Reckoning Esports, they've dropped the ball in these kind of scenarios. It is going to be Beyond getting the last kill from the window side as he's chilling out on the mid with the operator. And BIRYANI Power, they're just so potent and so powerful, taking us to the next half on an 8-4 scoreline. If Reckoning Esports are not able to pull it back with their aggressive composition with that Phoenix, it's going to be all over for them.
Yeah, for BIRYANI Power, it's going to be very difficult. Sorry, for Reckoning Esports, it's going to be very difficult to try and pull it back. But having said that, we have seen their mettle, we have seen their capability and their mental fortitude in many matches beforehand. So I think they have the capability to do so. They just need to try and find their confidence. Like, as we said earlier, Ayan, he's one of the most important players for Reckoning Esports, and he really hasn't been able to find his groove today in this matchup. I'm looking at Ayan to be able to step up if Reckoning have any hope of a comeback in this round. Now looking at the scorecard, you see Maximus with 13 kills, Panzer with 12, and Dubmania with 11, leading the charts for their team. But mostly, it's like very well spread around for all of BIRYANI Power. For Reckoning, the duelists are missing a little bit in action, specifically Razor with just 8 and Ayan with just 5. Both of these players, they're known to be those X-Factor players, and if any one of them can turn up, we might have a comeback on our hands.
It's very much possible, CA, but at the same time, you have to talk about the compositions. Now that BIRYANI Power are going onto the attacking side instead, they have a lot of clear potential on their side with this Raze being able to clear out a lot of angles. And Razor, he had that advantage when he was on the attacking half. He was able to go in for the flash, he was able to go in for the clears for any of the sidelines, while being strong enough to actually try and hold down a lot of these angles on his own. But now that he's on the defensive side, he needs to be playing a lot more creatively. We know for a fact that Phoenix's Molly is one of the strongest tools when it comes to the map of Haven, because with the lineups you can just deny a lot of the post plan situations, and you can deny a lot of the plans, allowing your team to go in for the rotation play. So it all relies on Razor being able to utilize his molly in a much more creative manner than the usual standard, just blocking off the garage so that no one can enter it.
It's gonna be up to the execution of both the teams for me. And now talking about the execution, it's Biryani Power pushing in extremely aggressively into that C side, looking for that rush execute onto C. They've already taken control of the site and now are going for the long plant for themselves. You see Panzer, he gets a kill onto Razor, and now all of Biryani Power just rotating out to this side, just leaving Brad on that Sova on his lonesome to get the information in this side. Biryani Power with the perfect plan, go for the long plant and now holding it down from long, but they are blocked by the smoke though, and now running in that retake.
Beautiful drone coming out from Brad to get all of the information in the world and give it to his team. Rio, he's able to find the first one. Ion, he's gonna be going on the
One
top end.
enemy
He tries to go in
remaining.
for one, but it's not gonna be enough as Triss, he answers back on the two, Paulo answers back on the one, leaving Beyond in a pretty sticky situation. Not much that he can do to try and defend this spike. Yes, the seaside executes are really strong when it comes to the gun rounds, but when you're thinking about the pistol rounds, when you're thinking about the anti-eco rounds, this is one of the hardest angles to retake, because your guns don't have the spam potential that other guns have, and you're not going to be able to defend that spike even through smokes.
Yeah, it's very hard to be able to defend that long angle because it basically becomes a duel of the aim with the defenders, the people on the retake with the multi-man peaks able to find the trades in their advantage. Reckoning they pick up the pistol round, and this is the right path to be able to find the comeback for themselves. They need as many free rounds as they can get, and this next round with Biryani on the eco, they have a huge advantage, a chance to pull it back to 2 rounds. You see Ayan, the solo man, with sticking to his pistol, I assume because he's going to pull out the operator in the 3rd round. It's going to be important that Reckoning able to try and keep as many guns as they can to make sure that the eco not hurt and they do not have to invest in that next round. Now, Biryani Power, a very unprecedented approach. Usually, you see in the eco rounds, teams they go for the rush playstyle and they try to find off picks as soon as possible, try to find the trades, understanding that they have the lighter weaponry and trades are inherently good for them. But Biryani Power, they have something else in mind. They're going for very slow pushes, taking control of areas part by part. You see, towards a long Panzer, taking control of that, waiting now in that cubby. In mid, you see Beyond taking control, and now Brad and Dubmania with the help of their Omen pushing into the garage. Biryani Power making noise all over. It's gonna come down to who gets the first pick, and it's Reckoning. Rio picking up that kill onto Beyond and now destroying that mid push. Biryani Power left with nowhere
30
to go.
seconds left.
And nowhere to go and nowhere to run, and Rio, he's the butcher it seems. He's going to be able to get the spray down and gets 3 kills to a game.
Last
Brad is
player
going to be able to
standing.
shut him down, gets the gun, but Triss, he does have a good off angle. He forces Brad to go in for the flick. The flick does not rain true, and he does get taken out. It is going to be Razor going in for the last kill with that flash, sending Panzer back home. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be Reckoning Esports taking round number 2 on the second half, taking us to an 8-6 scoreline. But CA, this is where the real fun begins, because now the operators are coming out as well as the guns for the side of BIRYANI Power.
The buy round for Biryani Power going to be really, really important. But as you said, the operator coming out for Ayan as well is going to be extremely clutch to be able to make sure that Biryani Power not able to consolidate their lead that they have right now. And it's Reckoning able to instead push back with the tempo. So you can see Biryani Power, they're going for a fast and heavy playstyle, making a lot of noise across that garage area, taking down the doors while pushing towards the A-long area. But Razor and Beyond and Ayan already holding down this A-long. Razor with the help of his sniper now taking a very advanced position. Razor is waiting in the shadows, should spot out Panzer anytime now. That 1v1 duel gonna be huge, and it's Razor who's able to find the kill. Razor with such an advanced position, getting so much information for his team. Also setting up Ayan on this sniper. If anyone pushes into Ayan, it might just be the death of them. Razor and Ayan, the double duelist duo who we wanted to see step up, really stepping up, securing that first blood for Reckoning Esports in the buy round for Biryani Power.
The most important thing in the entire world is to actually take A-long control. if you have proper A-long control, you can funnel all of your opponents into other sides. That is why a lot of the higher level teams will always opt to go for a much more aggressive peak on A-long because of the amount of information you can gain when it comes to enemy positioning. But just as I said, it's going to be beyond dashing down in
left.
onto this B side, being able to get that first kill onto Trist. Making it even Stevens when it comes to the body count of both sides. It's gonna be the spike line going down on B, and here is where the actual hardest retake is gonna be coming in. He's gonna be going in for the spring. He does find one on the Razor. Brad answers back on the cloud as
Last player
well.
standing.
Reckoning Esports, putting them down to only 2 more members remaining. The last member remaining being Ian. He does have the operator and BIRYANI Power. They want this operator real badly. They're rushing on down in. Ian knows exactly where Dumbmania is gonna be. He's gonna be going in for the weak. The shot does miss, and he needs to go in for the pistol. He's gonna be able to find one. He's looking for multiple more. He's probably gonna be looking one on the beyond. He's gonna be able to find it, and he's gonna be able to save this operator as well. I'm pretty sure Brad, there is no way in hell he's gonna be coming there with Maximus to try to take this away from him. It's not gonna be enough, but Ian, he does go down on a beautiful play coming up from the side of Brad to force Ian in such a sticky situation. And that plan did get him as well, and Ian, I'm pretty sure that he didn't even know this was gonna happen to him.
Yeah, Ayan, he was put in a situation where he had to react really fast, and he reacted really well after missing the off shot, pulling out his pistol and closing the distance to be able to make sure in that pistol versus Vandal duel, he's the one able to come out on top. Then picking up the Vandal and finding the second kill was put into a weird place by that recon bolt coming out from Brad, and I think he assumed that if he got into the sewers angle, he would be safe from the B plant, but the B plant slightly on the right side of the map takes down Ayan, barely so, but will deny his operator, and Ayan, despite his heroics, no saving for him. Now for Reckoning Esports, this round really important because they have made the investments. You see Phantoms and Vandals coming out throughout. They need to find this round for themselves, but BIRYANI Power, they've gone for a fast site execute and they've taken control of the site. A very interesting plant coming out. It could suit the heaven angle as well as a potential left side long angle, so we'll have to see how BIRYANI Power go about their post-plant positions. But for now, Razor holding it down in that A-long area near A lobby, able to pick up the kill. Ayan following through now into Reckoning Esports with the advantage.
Every side of Reckoning, the bodies are just piling up down onto this A side, leaving Maximus in this 1 versus 4 situation. He's able to find one on the Razor, but still, it's not going to be enough as Reckoning Esports, they're climbing their way back from the gutter they were in. 9-7 now is the scoreline moving forward. They're looking strong and they're looking potency, and it seems that Reckoning on this defense, they're just much more stronger than it comes to the attacking rounds, it seems.
Reckoning on the defense, able to make sure that they're playing on the retake, willing to give up the site to be able to push in together. A really smart strategy because, as we've discussed, a relatively simpler site to be able to retake because of the multiple angles. Reckoning able to utilize those multiple angles to their advantage, going for that lobby through sewers push with Razor, and then multiple players coming through CT and Heaven, making sure that BIRYANI Power not able to set up the crossfires, not able to cover up the angles at once, just get caught out, and Reckoning with that retake able to pick up the round. Now for BIRYANI Power, they have to go onto the eco, and this is the chance for Reckoning to close down the lead, which was at 4 rounds at the start of the second half, to a potential 1 round at the end of this round. You can see Ayan Q though holding it down towards the back of Garage will find the first kill for Reckoning, and now BIRYANI Power, they're pushing onto C-side, but they're all just gonna get flashed out. Nothing to see for them. Cloud will just take them down. Razor with another, and Ayan with the next, meaning Reckoning with the advantage. Beyond looking for the heroics, so he's already found a triple with his blades now.
The triple, the heroics are going to be coming out for him, but it seems as the BIRYANI Power, they're not in a really good situation on their own. Beyond, he does have the play for it, and the heroics are very much possible. Beyond, he's absolutely incredible with these type of situations. He's able to find 2 headshots and an ace for his side as well, taking the round away for the side of BIRYANI Power. Only at 30 HP to work with, and that was just absolutely beautiful coming out from the side of Beyond. He gets the first ace of this matchup. And he's got to be riding on the momentum. He has got to be riding on all of the praise from his teammates because that Blade Storm was just absolutely beautiful. He had precision of a chef as he was moving forward with those kills.
And flipping the script with the help of a Blade Storm coming up huge in that round for BIRYANI Power. I feel like Rio and Triss did line up a little bit though, and not covering each other's back did cost them a lot. Now Reckoning, Razor with the aggressive push down into window. He's left BIRYANI Power into a weird situation. Finds the kill, but BIRYANI Power, they're gonna push on strong. Tabmania already into A side, picks up a kill for himself, and now looking for more. He's taking control of that angle towards the heaven. Now you can see the rest of his team using his pressure, using the space he has created for them to push into sight. But this positioning by Triss is going to be huge. He's just waiting towards that source angle. The showstopper coming out will not be able to land it though. Clouda with the Sheriff able to take him down, and now with the run it back, Reckoning Esports pushing back towards the 4v3 lead.
They're trying to do what they can with Razor. Him getting that kill on the Beyond is going to be one of those harder angles to take. As already, BIRYANI Power, they have their post-plant situation set up as much as they can.
Player standing.
The paranoia does come out as well. You know, for a second, though, the last members are going to be Clouda. Goes in for the crab walk straight. And he's going to be able to walk away with that. Walk away with that round as well, with that kill. A beautiful paranoia indeed, because when you paranoia someone, they will not be able to hear the spike line go off, forcing them to actually take the risky play of, hey, maybe they're actually on the spike or maybe they are not. Holding down all of the angles and doing what they do best. Razor as well, being able to come up huge in that round, does opt to get the team in much more morale. Because after that last round, I think that as Reckoning Esports, you are going to be really mad of how that turned out.
Over there in that round, that paranoia usage on point, as you mentioned, right? A really nice usage of the abilities when you don't have the weaponry to pick up a thrifty round for yourself. Reckoning Esports, despite losing that ace round next to Beyond before this, they were able to come back strong, just absorb the blow and come out looking stronger for it. Now have the buys for themselves. It's Ayan with the operator with the aggressive C-long push will pick up first blood for Reckoning. And now BIRYANI Power, all of them consolidated towards mid, looking for that B-side push. They might just get caught out by Clouda. Clouda, he's waiting in the shadows, just waiting against this wall for Beyond to push up, and Beyond gonna do just that. Goes for the Cloudburst and dash though, and Clouda will pick up one, and Rio will just find Beyond dashing into him, will pick up another. Reckoning with a 3-man advantage, looking to close down this lead against BIRYANI Power.
The Clouda, he was looking at the window side that time, was not really expecting Tabmania to be down on the lower angle in that kind of a situation. He's gonna be leaving Triss and Rio down onto this B side, but in a 2 versus 4 situation,
30 seconds left.
BIRYANI Power and not
Standing.
many of the proper guns. They're not going to hold down for that long. Ion does spot out the last remaining member, Brad. He wants to take this operator down, but he only has 7 bullets. Even if he takes out one, he's probably not going to be able to take out the second, as he's holding number 4 for as long as he can. Recon Bolt does come through as well. He's going to be spamming away to see what he can find, but it's not going to be enough. As Ion, he's going to be able to clean it up with the classic. And it's going to be 10 and 9 on the scoreboard for the side of Reckoning Esports. And CA, they're fighting that hard and they're fighting that strong on this defensive rounds.
Yeah, you can see BIRYANI Power, despite the fact that they're pushing into sites aggressively, Reckoning able to take control of multiple angles. You see Ayan's push through C long with the operator getting the first blood, but also in push towards A long, able to get the information that hey, BIRYANI Power likely to be towards mid. They're able to group onto that and get the picks again and again. And now Reckoning Esports 10 to 9, looking for even in this next round. This next round gonna be so important because BIRYANI Power, they went with the equal last round, so they have the full buys here. That means for BIRYANI Power, they need to make sure that they don't end up getting into a situation where if they lose this round, they're not just at their eco hurt, but they're also even in the tempo severely in favor of this Reckoning Esports team. Might just run away with the map. For now though, you can see Beyond. I think he might be playing on his ultimate. I feel like he might be the small glitch that we've got. A small pause coming out. And just gives us a second to look at the scorecard, appreciate the players who've been doing really, really well in this matchup. You see for BIRYANI Power, Beyond with 18. kills on the top of the shots. Maximus with 15, not too far behind. Very much spread out for both teams. For Reckoning, it's Rio with 17, Razor with 15. I feel like Razor and Ayan, we asked them to step up after first half. They were at 8 and 5 kills respectively, and both of them have stepped up huge. Ayan so far with 9 kills in the second half, and Razor with 7. Razor, he's able to constantly push into these weird angles. He, as you said, right, that A-long push to funnel in people into different sight lines, into different sites. That push is something that he's been doing again and again. And the amount of information he's getting for his team with that push coming up huge for Reckoning. I think we're going to see more of that with now 3-man stack towards A, the operator towards sewers with a double peak towards a long. And BIRYANI Power walking towards it. This is going to be disaster for either team right here, right now. It's Ayan with the operator finding first blood. And now Razor going for more. He's flashed out multiple. Razor, Rio, and Ayan just decimate BIRYANI Power.
They already know what Beyond loves to do. The Beyond loves to take the fight straight to the enemies. And I'm pretty sure that Beyond died to Rio about 5 or 6 times already when it comes to this defensive half CA. He's not been having a good day whatsoever when it comes to facing off against Rio, because Rio, he understood the tendencies of Beyond, and he's gonna be able to shut him down no matter what he pulls down to the table. And Ayan, of course, being beautiful with that operator play, he does find one, and of course it's gonna be raising through with the flash now.
One
Being able to
enemy
find the
remaining.
second. Ayan going for the quick scope. He's gonna be able to find one on the Panzer. And Brad, he's able to shut down his scope for just a little while longer. But now, in this 4 versus 1 post-plan situation, will he be able to pull the heroics like Beyond did and pull off an ace for us, it seems?
Now you can see Brad in a situation playing very slow. Will just walk into Ayan's hands, and that's 10-10 for Reckoning Esports. The positioning for Reckoning in that last round, absolutely important, because you can see the sewers push back through with Razor and Rio's A-long peak, meaning that as soon as Ayan gets a kill down at sewers, spots out multiple people for BIRYANI Power, Razor able to pull out the flash, get the vision impairment onto BIRYANI Power, and pick up the kills. You see, Beyond, he tried to dash through and avoid the flash for himself, but just ends up in the loving hands of Rio. And as you said, aggressive, that's happened so many times in this second half. It really does feel like Rio able to just punish Beyond again and again for his aggressive plays. Now 10-10 on the scoreboard. BIRYANI Power, they only had the semi-buys for themselves. It's basically an eco round, because they will be able to afford the full buys next round. And they have to try to make these semi-buys work. They've made a very fast B push happen, and now taking control of B side, they're gonna go for the plant. But Razor and the rest of Reckoning holding back, waiting for the plant before they go for the retake. Already picked up a double kills. This should be a simple retake for Reckoning Esports.
It should be a simple retake in a way, but still, if BIRYANI Power are able to hold strong with all of their potential, they're probably going to be able to hold out for just a little while longer. Ayan going in for the heroics does get caught off guard by Maximus with that TP play, and Panzer, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and the hard place is going to be the spike getting defused. He's not going to be able to take that peak. He's going to be able to take out 1 at the bare minimum, but still the operator is in the favor of the defense moving forward, as the gun is going to be able to get picked up in this situation. It's going to be 10 and 11 on the scoreline, and for the first time, it is going to be the defense being Reckoning Esports on the lead.
Now you can see Reckoning, as I said, right, that last round, it was so, like the last round, I mean, was so important. If Reckoning able to get to even, they get this eco lead and now able to take the round lead for themselves. They're the team with such massive tempo in their hands, and once again looking for that triple A-long push. Reckoning getting so much information for themselves. BIRYANI Power, they went for the saves in the last round, so they have to try to make it work in this buy round, otherwise it will be match point for Reckoning with an eco advantage to boot. Now both of the teams, they have key ultimates ready. The Neural Theft and Hunter's Fury for BIRYANI Power, and the Run It Back and From the Shadows for Reckoning Esports. The usage of these ultimates could come out to clutch this round once and for all. You can see Razor, he loves this A-long push. He's adopted this very aggressive advanced position towards the A lobby. Now looking for that peak for himself, backed up by Ayan at the same time. This setup is really nice. It's Ayan on the operator looking for the peaks. As soon as he's able to find one, even if he misses the shot, it's fine, because Razor immediately able to push through with the flash and get the kills for themselves. But BIRYANI Power, they will avoid this setup. Instead, they're going for that garage push. Now with the smokes coming out, they'll take control. Razor, he finds that kill onto Panzer, but Biryani Power now making their way into Garage, looking for that push onto C.
He knows exactly how the entire enemy team is going to be moving.
30
And BIRYANI
seconds
Power, they're not really going to be able to look that strong, as of course it's going to be Clouder getting the first kill on the Dubmania as they try and rush down into this C side.
One
But
enemy
Triss, he had
remaining.
those cyber cages set up beautifully and he uses it down to perfection. Triss does fine too, but it's going to be Brad going on the lurk. He does
10 seconds left.
Sorry about that. He does find one onto Rio, and Triss, he's able to do the wraparound and get the last kill on the Brad as well. 3 kills for the side
Match point.
of Triss and 12 rounds on the board for the side of Reckoning Esports. We are at match point now, ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward, it's going to be Reckoning Esports versus BIRYANI Power. Probably coming to a close if Reckoning, they can find the medal, that if they can find the resolve to take it all away from them.
I really do think Biryani Power need to find a way to shut down this A-side push that Razor keeps going for with the help of Rio and Ayan. You can see Razor with now 19 kills. From 8, he's really stepped up the pace in this second half. And Biryani Power, they need to at least try and find aggressive trap fires to deny that. The aggressive cam instead comes out from Panzer, and this camera could be huge. Now Razor and Ayan are pushing through this ace towards angle, looking for the peaks, but Biryani Power not wasting any time whatsoever. They have this lesser eco with the couple of light shields coming through, but they do have the guns to be able to secure the ground.
Spike
They're going
planted.
for this B side push, and they have the spike planted. The boom bot now chunking out Rio to Beast. Biryani Power, they just need to step back, go for the post plant. The Hunter's very ready to play according to it.
B-side is just so powerful, but with members going down, especially Ambassadors, they don't have a smoke to work with anymore. And it's going to be really difficult for them to do much whatsoever, but still the smokes are going to be coming out from the side to see what they can find. Hunter's Fury is going to be pushed down as well to try and reduce as much time as possible. It's going to be Clouda getting that first kill straight coming from the garage. Now garage control has
One
already been
enemy
established
remaining.
beyond. He's pulling up the heroic, so he does find 1, he does find 2, he does find 3, ladies and gentlemen. And Brad is able to get that kill onto Clouda as well, with the information coming out from the side of Dubmania that he was pushing up from the garage side. And a beautiful round indeed coming out from the side of BIRYANI Power to be able to hold it down strong on this B side execute. And this is where it's super important that garage control is being established and you know exactly where the members are gonna be. And beyond, he's just an absolute smoke criminal. This guy loves to play aggressive. When you see his positioning, beyond, he's always dashing in. He's going to be playing in his own smokes. He's going to be playing in the enemy smoke. He's not really playing in a predictable manner, and his hyper-aggressive pushes are just showcasing what this man can actually do.
Yeah, Beyond able to use his creativity and his aggressive playstyle to find that push towards the spike diffuser, take down the spike diffuser, and buy enough time for Biryani Power to clutch out that round. Biryani Power having won that round, they will be looking for overtime in this next round. Oh, and am I hyped for overtime, because both of these teams so close to each other. It's going to be up to Biryani Power to be able to pull this through though. Now looking at the ultimates, I see the Showstopper and the Neural Theft ready, so I would like to see some sort of aggressive push from Biryani Power to try to find that first kill, use the Neural Theft to get some information, and then use for the rotate for themselves. Reckoning, they only have the Omen ultimate ready, but with just one kill, Triss should be able to get the Neural Theft for himself. So the info in this round could be important. With Cypher able to tell his team exactly where the opposition is, might just provide that X factor for that team to get either match point for Reckoning Esports or overtime for Biryani Power. Now you can see Biryani Power, they're going to spread themselves out, play for that flick playstyle, and this time Razor not going to go for that A side push, knows that he's starting to get red now, but instead going for the B window push, and Biryani Power, they're not expecting this at all. Nobody covering this window angle.
Razor, he's at such a good angle side, but it's probably Brad gonna be spotting one out. But Brad, he doesn't notice anything, and this is what's gonna be hurting him the most. He doesn't know that Razor, he's gonna be chilling out on this angle. If any sort of a garage push comes out here, they're just going to be playing into Razor's hand and Reckoning Esports. They're playing it smart. They're playing it tactically. But it seems the BIRYANI Power, they're going to be opting to go in for a fast C-side execute immediately into the arms of Triss. He has all of his setups ready. He's going to be playing in an angle where Dubmania is not going to be expecting him, but beyond, he's going to be expecting him instead. Getting really able to catch that one onto Triss. Razor, he finds one at the bare minimum before he does go down. The spike is about to go down as well for the side of BIRYANI Power. And they need to try and defend it as much as they can, because here is where the real fun is about to give in. Maximus, he does take out one onto Razor. Clouda, he did have the paranoia. He's gonna be able to find one. At the bare minimum, it's gonna be Rio answering back on Delmania. Clouda answers back on the Brad. Clouda answers back on the Beyond as well. It's gonna be leaving Maximus in this 1 versus 3 scenario. And ladies and gentlemen, he's probably not gonna be able to find anything as Ion Q coming in from the heavens on top of the box to take him out with that operator with a well-placed headshot. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Reckoning Esports moving forward in the lower brackets. And BIRYANI Power, even though I love that name, they're going to be moving out of this tournament.
Yeah, BIRYANI Power, a great showing by them to give us such an entertaining match. But towards the end, in their own attacking half, the lack of a flash really did start hurting them a little bit, and Reckoning able to take advantage of that by continuously playing for the retakes. I did mention that Reckoning, they need Razor and Ayan to step up if they have a chance of the comeback, and step up they did, Razor and Ayan, with those clutch plays, making sure Reckoning able to pull off this comeback. Beyond though, we will always remember his aggressive plays. The confidence in this player to keep pushing forward even when the team seems even when it does not seem to be working, even when the team is in that sticky situation. That's something to admire, and it'll be beyond picking up the MVP. A beautiful matchup in the lower bracket, but only one team can stay given the fact that it is the lower bracket, and that will be Reckoning Esports. Now moving on to the lower bracket quarterfinals too. We'll have a lot to talk about this match though, and in general, just about the idea of having a flash or not having a flash in Haven, and we'll do that with the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, aggressive for me, like the fact that the Phoenix is one of the most preferred maps on Haven speaks to the strength of this flash, right? Because there's so many of these corners, the garage area especially, the ability to find a huge flash with just that tiny peak potential gives so much power to that Phoenix. And I do feel like, given the fact that he also has a molly, I do prefer that Phoenix over Raze. Having said that, we've seen teams pull out this Raze composition. And the key to having such a composition is not playing it slow, instead playing it extremely fast, extremely chaotic, finding as many trades as you can for yourself, and then playing for that post plant where you have things like the Sova and the Raze to find the grenades, delay the diffuser for as long as possible. I think that was missing for BIRYANI Power a little bit. They did really well in defense, but when it came to attack, the pace at which they were approaching the executes, just not quick enough, allowing Reckoning instead to come back for the retakes.
Do agree with you on that, and I think that the main issue as well was the pace of their attack. They were not really utilizing all of what the Raze was actually giving down to the team. The Raze had the potential to just clear out so many angles that that Razor was personally would not have been able to. But Razor, he's just one of those players when it comes to the Phoenix. He's gonna be able to play that lurk. He finds so much value in a lot of these scenarios, knowing for the fact that he doesn't really need to use his flashes for the entry. First of all, there is no need for flashes because they're going to be playing very defensive positions because of the composition that BIRYANI Power actually adopted. And Reckoning Esports, knowing this, sent Razor down on a flank instead to go in for the lurk plays to see what he can find. And that was absolutely incredible. Razor had 7 first bloods in this matchup. Do you understand how amazing that is, CA? Our duelist getting 7 first bloods. Yes, it was on the lurk. Yes, it was on the defensive rounds as well. But still, that is so much value coming out from him. And I do personally love the Phoenix here as well, just because of how much utility he brings. First of all, he has a molly. And if you know the lineups, you can deny plant, you can deny sightlines, you can deny a lot of ground to the entirety of BIRYANI Power, and we have seen this coming out in the defensive rounds from their side. Razor using that molly down to perfection, and of course, we cannot forget the firewall. The firewall is just so incredible to break off multiple different sidelines, allowing your team to take much more forward positions, and then you can use a flash that you already have to take even more ground. You can flash through your own firewall, not even allowing your opponents to like just maybe they're gonna try to do a 180, but you don't know where the flash is gonna be coming from. You don't know when the flash is gonna be coming, giving you so much versatility of how you play. That is why the Phoenix is personally my personal opinion. Yes, of course, the race composition is incredible, but at the same time, the race composition is a bit too one-dimensional compared to what the Phoenix brings down to the table.
Yeah, the options definitely reigning supreme for Reckoning Esports because they're able to find these interesting angles. The A long push and the B window push, especially for Razor, panned out so many times in their advantage. As you said, 7 first bloods, and honestly, I would much prefer the lurker get the first blood as compared to the site holder because the lurker getting the first blood gives you so much information about where the other team is actually going for that site push. Razor doing really well, really stepping up for his team in that second half, able to now take Reckoning to that next round. Props to be given to Biryani Power though. They had a beautiful, magnificent run in this tournament. They did really well against some of the top names in the tournament, and I'm hoping to see them keep themselves in this scene and see them next time in our next tournament. But for now, they will be out, and big kudos to them for giving us such a good show against both Velocity and today Reckoning. For now, that's gonna be the match in the lower bracket. We'll be back with the action later today at 8 p.m. in the matchup in the upper bracket between XTZ Esports and Team Villainous. That is sure to be a banger. Both of the teams really well matched against each other. In the meantime, make sure you check out the description for some amazing sales, some shopping you can get done for yourself, a chance to upgrade your peripherals with some really nice discounts. Also, make sure you follow our social media to be able to get the updates as soon as possible on all the tournaments we're bringing out, as well as all the schedule for the matches that happen on a day by day basis. Like this stream if you enjoyed the action. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notifications bell to get the updates on the action exactly when it happens so you're able to come here on time and witness the best of the best go up against each other. For now, I'm CA. I was joined by Aggressive for this map, and we'll be going off. We'll see you soon with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
Time every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby. I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.